All right. And we will begin. Again, I'm Steve Kiesel. I'm in the digital learning team in the Department of Technology. When my team is doing its job, everyone in the district is using technology in powerful ways and they feel confident about doing it. And I have sort of a phantom image of Heidi Donahoe because she's with us in spirit today. She works in the Accessible Technology Innovation Center, which is known as ATTIC. It's a San Francisco USD organization that helps people with assistive technology. And she helped me design this presentation today. So I very much want to thank her. And before we move on, in the chat down at the bottom of your screen, can you tell us who you are? That is, tell us your name. Tell us what you most want to learn today. And if you want to learn everything, that's okay. But if there's a particular thing about accessibility that you want to make sure we touch on, that will help me know to make sure to focus on that. I'll be quiet for a second so you can type and so you can also read who else is here. All right. Hello, Sunset Elementary. Thanks for coming. Thank you, Yan Hong. And anybody else that wants to tell us who you are, I invite you to type it in the chat. Your name and what you want to learn today. Hello, Deborah from Rosa Parks. Our office is just a mile from you. I'm near the district office. Hi, Julie, welcome. We have good high school folks. Jay Sarah, Abraham Lincoln, welcome. More high school folks. Angel or Angel, thank you for coming. Hi, Michelle from Sheridan. We have Commodore Stockton. Noriega. Wait, who's here from Noriega? Hi, Tiffany. I've been at your school working with your teachers the last couple of weeks, teaching them the Seesaw app. Jefferson Elementary. Thank you, everyone. Keep them coming. I'll keep talking now, but thank you for letting us know. It helps me to know who I'm talking to. I appreciate that. If you haven't already, JLo has put the link to the slides in the chat. You'll want to have that for later. You don't actually need it for now because all the links you'll need will end up in the chat, but you might want to have it to reference. I'll also put it in the description for today's session in the Para Institute, so you can go back and get it there. And you may know this already, but when you see that funny code with the square with all the mini squares, that means that if you open your phone's camera and point it at it, a little box in your phone screen will appear and you can tap on the inside of the box. It will open up your slide deck that way so that you can access the slides from your phone. Just a couple of reminders, please mute your audio unless you're speaking to the group. Use the chat if you have a question or if you need more information. And it's up to you, camera on or camera off, but I love seeing faces.
Excuse me, Amelia Wong is asking, could you go back to the QR code so I can use my phone?
Sure.
Okay, got it, thanks.
There you go. Okay, let's give a little framing about today. I want you to think of that one student who you know that isn't really being served as well as you'd like. Like they're struggling. They may not be, really being able to shine as well as you think they can, as well as they think they can, or maybe they've even given up and they're just acting out because they've decided they cannot succeed at school. Today's session is for that student. My hope is that that student, you'll be able to help them discover some tools that will help them succeed and be better at school. And also these tools, I think you might even find useful yourself. And if you are a para, which is kind of everybody here today, chances are you are working with more than one student who has those needs, because our students that have the biggest needs, that need the extra support, that's why we have paras oftentimes, is to help those students. So it won't be hard for you to think of that person you're trying to reach. And what we're going to do today is today you will become familiar with the accessibility tools that interest you on a device of your choice. So you may not have time to explore all of the tools, but you'll get to choose the ones that are especially interesting to you. It's going to be kind of a choose your own adventure for a big part of today. And you'll be doing this on the device you want to explore. So think about what device you're going to choose. If you're home, hopefully your Chromebook is nearby if you're interested in that, or if you have a MacBook, or maybe you want to learn the tools on your phone because you use your phone all the time and would like to use those tools. So you'll have a chance to explore the tools on one device, and then you'll get to decide how accessibility tools might be useful for you and those you know, both in your classroom and in your daily life. So a brief history of accessibility tools. Accessibility tools on our electronic devices is called assistive technology. And thanks to Heidi, who gave me this definition, assistive technology helps people who are having difficulty speaking, typing, writing, remembering, pointing, seeing, hearing, learning, walking, and many other things. Different disabilities require different assistive technologies. But thanks to the ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act, assistive technology is now built into the personal technology devices that you own. They're free. You don't have to pay extra for them. It's already there. And these are called accessibility or accessibility tools when you're looking for them. So one of the things about that, let's start with something that architects learn, because architects also, just like educators, have to design for folks with different abilities. And what architects found as they were designing buildings is that when they designed their buildings for everyone to be accessible, especially the people who had the most difficult time accessing, when they made their buildings accessible to those people, not only were the buildings now accessible to everyone, but the buildings were actually more usable and more friendly and more helpful to everyone. It turns out that it wasn't just people who had disabilities who benefited from these design features. And you know what? Educators have found that to be true of education as well. When teachers design their education for the students who in their class who have disabilities, or when they make tools available for students with disabilities, even though those students may not be in their class, turns out a whole lot of other students benefit too. And sometimes people just learn differently, and their learning styles are really compatible with certain accessibility tools. And people who don't have disabilities often use the tools, and it helps them. And so think about that. Think about how these tools that we're going to explore today might help any student you work with. So universal design for learning is a framework to improve or optimize teaching and learning for all people based on scientific insights into how humans learn. Again, in other words, the accessibility tools that we have in our devices aren't just for people with disabilities, but they can help all of the learners in the classroom. And you as a para sometimes could teach this to the teachers you work with. So I'm glad you're here. What does UDL, or Universal Design for Learning, why does it matter? Well, the way each of us learn is as unique as our fingerprints. The goal of UDL is to use a variety of teaching methods to remove any barriers to learning. Some of those methods are accessibility tools, but others are just changing things up in the classroom, the way you operate. And finally, it's about building in flexibility that can be adjusted for everyone's strengths and needs. You may have seen this cartoon before, but here's a teacher with his unusual class that he's speaking to, and he says, for a fair selection, everyone has to take the same exam. Please climb that tree. Well, seems fair to give everyone the same task, but given his audience, is it really? Okay, so what tools do you already hold in your hand? There are a lot of things your device can do that you may not have discovered yet. One is you can enlarge the text on your screen. You can even enlarge the text in the world, like on the menu you're looking at using your phone. You can read what's on the screen, or you can have your device read it to you. You can dictate what you say and your device will write it down. And you can translate written and spoken text, even street signs. You can also control your device with your voice. So now's the part, remember I told you, I want you to think about a device you're going to explore right now. You're actually going to be hands-on in this session. So think about which one you want to explore. It could be an Android phone or tablet. It could be an iPhone or iPad. It could be a Windows PC. It could be a Mac or a Chromebook. And here's how we're going to do it. You're going to choose your own adventure. I have built for you a website that you'll get to explore. It's called the Everyday Accessibility website. And you're actually going to need two devices. That's how this will work best, is you'll have one device that's going to be your map. It will help you find your way. It's the thing that you'll play the videos on that tell you how to use the accessibility tools. And then you'll have another device that's your destination. The map is helping you get to your destination. It's the device that you want to explore all the features. So two devices, and let me give you an example of what that would look like. I'm going to stop sharing screen for just a moment. There we are. So let's say, hang on, I got to grab something across the room. I'll be right back. Okay, let's say that I want to learn about all the accessibility features on my iPhone. And what I will do then, let me unblur background. Okay, in order to do that, I will use my Chromebook so that I can watch the videos on my Chromebook, and that will tell me what to do with my iPhone. So I'm gonna log into my Chromebook here. And then you're going to see on the screen in just a minute, I'll put it up, and we'll also put links in the chat for you. But there will either be a QR code or a short, pretty easy to type web address, a URL. And for the Chromebook, because I'm using a browser and there's a keyboard, I'm going to type this little address. And so that's bit.ly/sfusd everyday. And that will bring up this. I just realized you're not seeing my screen. Sorry about that. All this time there we are. Maylita, how long was my camera off?
It was out for about maybe a minute and a half, not long. So
Oh, thank goodness. I didn't even know what I did.
Not that was something that you had, but I wasn't too sure. But I already dropped the link in the chat for what you're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, we won't go ahead. You'll need that link in just a minute, folks, but watch me first. Okay, so I have typed the web address into my Chromebook. It brings up this website. Now I'm going to go scroll and find where it says, hang on here. Okay, so then I found, remember, I'm going to be learning about my iPhone. So I found the iPhone icon, and I'm going to click on it. And that's going to open up all of the accessibility features for my iPhone. And let's say I found out, oh my goodness, what? My phone will do dictation. Where was that? I just had, oh, my phone will do dictation. I want to see how to do that. So I'm going to click on the link. You can also click on the icon, the picture, that'll open it.
As I'm in the midst of applying for residency right now.
All right, it's YouTube, so you might have to watch a boring ad for a moment.
It's again been a life-saving
Hey, stop it!
plan.
I told you. Okay, you might have to watch an ad, but then there will be a video that shows you how to do dictation on your iPhone. Then you'll close that tab, and you'll look for the next feature you want to learn about. So if you want to learn how to use your Chromebook, on the other hand, you're probably going to use your phone as your map. So that's why there's a code you can scan for the same website that will open the website on your phone so that you're able to watch videos on your phone and then try out the different features on your Chromebook. Hope that makes sense. Before we continue, are there any questions? Because you're about to do some independent explore time. Don't worry, if you may have questions later, and that's okay, because we'll see how there's a way you can get your questions answered during explore time. So in just a minute, I'll have this on the screen, and Melina will put the link again in the chat in just a minute. And then you're going to choose your own learning environment. You're going to have 30 minutes to explore these tools before we do other things. So what you're going to do is different people learn in different ways. So if you are a collaborative explorer, then I encourage you to go into one of the breakout rooms that is for the device you're trying to learn about. So if you want to learn about your Android or Samsung phone, then you like to talk to other people and work together, then you'll go and you'll join that room. However, if you like to learn all by yourself, stay here in the main room and just remember to have, your microphone muted so everyone's not hearing you learn. The main room is going to be quiet. The only thing that the main room will be quiet. Now, if you get stuck, on the other hand, there will be a help breakout. Melina, this is the one part where I'll need your help because I'm actually going to be in the help breakout so that if anybody is completely stuck, they can go in, they'll talk to me, I'll try to help them out. You're going to stay here in the main room.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you to actually broadcast the screen because once it's time for our breakout, there's going to be a 30-minute timer. And if you can broadcast the screen and start that timer, then people will know how much time they have left. Does that make sense?
Got it.
And
So
that's on slide 35. Again, we're not jumping in just yet, but we're about to start our breakouts. Okay, so again, you have three choices. You can go into a breakout room with other people exploring the same kind of device, and you can help each other. You can work solo quietly in the main room, and Melina will be out here continuing to guard the chat, and she'll also have the timer up on the screen so that you'll know how much time is left. And then if you're stuck and you just need to drop in and talk to somebody for a second, you can see me in the help breakout. But spend as little time there as possible so that you can go back out and explore your device some more. A couple pointers while we're off in our breakouts. One is, as you watch your videos, like pause often to try things out. Don't just maybe you could watch the whole video through, but you want to like stop and try things and then stop again and try things. And unless you're chatting with someone in the breakouts, mute your camera. Well, you don't have to mute your camera, but please at least mute your microphone. It's up to you if you want to mute your camera so that people aren't watching you while you're exploring your device or whatever. And then, although there will be that timer in the on the screen in the main breakout, you might want to have one on your phone for 30 minutes because that's when we're all going to come back. Okay, before I say ready, set, explore, are there any more questions? All right, you're all either asleep after lunch, or I did a great job of explaining.
Not sleep. I was trying to figure out get to a computer.
Okay. Well, the good thing is during our explore time, the whole time we're there, hang on here. The whole time we're off in our exploration time, Melina will have up on the screen both the timer, the QR code to our Everyday Accessibility website, so you can watch the videos on your phone. And she'll also have the link on the screen there, so you can type that into your computer if that's where you're going to be watching your videos. Okay, I'm going to get us started. I'm kind of excited about this part. I'm going to open up breakouts. Again, they're optional, but I'll be in the help room if you need to talk to me. Everyone else, Melina, let me stop sharing screen. And I'll let you start sharing screen. And once you do on slide 35, and once the timer starts, then we'll go into our breakouts.
Sorry, Steve, little bit of technical difficulties. We're getting it up right now.
Okay, no problem. I know also I didn't tell you about this part, so my bad. Woohoo!
Okay, so started now.
Yeah, you can tap on that little play symbol. That'll start the timer. And I'm going to open up breakouts. You are welcome to join a breakout of your choice if that helps you. Or stay in the main room. Have a good 30 minutes, everyone. See you on the other side. Welcome back, everyone. I would love to find out what was one feature that you learned about that made you kind of excited, either because you can use it yourself or because you can help a student with it. Can you type in the chat one thing you learned during our breakout time, during our explore time, that you are excited about? Again, the prompt is if you can type in the chat one thing you learned that you're excited about. Thanks. Translate tool for iPhone. And by the way, your iPhone has gotten even more amazing since I made the website. You can hold your camera up to anything that has written text, and a little box will appear around it. And if you tap on that box, you can translate what's in the box. So you can translate the street signs in Italy now, and you don't need to know Italian. Somebody learned about the magnify option. Yeah, that's awesome. The highlighting paragraphs for voice feature. The live translate app, yes. give you a couple more seconds to share anything you saw that was exciting to you. Translating, yeah, I mean, we all work with families that speak different languages, and to be able to communicate to their parents or even just other people we know in their language is awesome. Typing app is useful. Okay, keep them coming, and I'll keep reading them too. I'm also going to move us on as we go, because I want you to end on time today. Okay, so I was hoping we would have time for this bonus, and it looks like we will. There are features in Google Docs, accessibility features that all of us can use, both you and your students, no matter what kind of device. So let's look at those together. One of those is, got to work on my animations better. One of those is called voice typing. And so now you can type with your voice. And here's a little, preview on the screen of what that looks like. You're going to go to Tools and then click on voice typing. But I'm actually going to demonstrate this for you. On the next slide, you can just watch for now, but then you'll have a chance. On the next slide, you'll see this little icon for a Google Doc. And you can click on that, but also in just a second, Elena will put this link in the chat, so you don't need to even be in the slide deck. But in just a minute, you'll click on that link, either on the slide deck or in the chat once Melina puts it there. And it will say, make a copy. So then you'll make a copy. Now you have your own doc at this point. I think I'm waiting for it to make its copy. I clicked it like 10 times, so hopefully I didn't make 10 copies. Okay, and here it is. This is my practice doc, and the directions say, place your cursor at the bottom of this doc, then open voice typing and tell us your plans. What plans? What are your plans for the summer? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to place my cursor here, and the little diagram shows me what to do. I'm going to click on Tools, and I'm going to click on voice typing. Again, for now, you're just watching. It's okay. You'll have a chance to do it yourself. And once I clicked on Tools and voice typing, a little gray microphone appeared on the left. When I click on that microphone, I think it's going to ask, yeah, it will say Google wants to access your microphone. So I'm going to click allow. Yes, I want Google to do that. And once I click allow, everything I say starts appearing on the page. So get ready. What are your plans for the summer? Here goes. This summer, I hope to visit my aunt in Chicago and see her family. I really look forward to this trip. It should be a lot of fun. Now, to stop typing, because I don't want everything, oops, yeah, see how everything I say is typing? So you click on the microphone to stop. It turns red when it's recording. It's black when it's not recording. So if you can see my screen, let me enlarge this a bit for you. Okay, if you can see my screen, everything I said showed up. Now you'll notice that Google is not smart enough yet that it can add punctuation. So I'll show you how to do that. Although I will say a lot of your students, if they're struggling with typing or writing, they may not be big on ready to do a lot of punctuation yet anyway. It just depends on where they are or why they need to voice type. But punctuation can also be included. And let me show you how. You actually have to say the punctuation. So say period, say comma, you can say quote, you can say end quote. You can even say new line, and it will hit return and give you a new line. Here goes. Let's try it again, and I'll get punctuation this time. This summer, comma, I hope to visit my aunt in Chicago and see her family, period. I really look forward to this trip, period. It should be a lot of fun, exclamation point. New line. I will do this. Oh, no, new line didn't work. Sometimes it does. Carriage return, line break. Nah, oh well, I tried everything I could think of. You have to do the carriage return by hand. However, you'll see that punctuation did show up when I did that. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to try this yourself. I'm going to stop showing you my doc. And again, here's what's going to happen. Oh, yeah, by the way, just a little tip. If you or your students are doing this in a noisy classroom, make sure they're wearing a headset, because otherwise everybody who walks by and says something, that's going to end up on the page too. So headphones are very helpful. They limit, to the most nearby noise when you use them. Okay. Again, we're going to have you give this a whirl. In just a minute, Maylena, can you put the link to this copy doc in the chat?
Yes, it's in the chat already.
That's great. So I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to give you like 3 minutes, maybe even 5 minutes, just to play with, probably 3 minutes, just to play with the voice typing feature. I'll be quiet while you open the doc, click on the link that Maylena put in the chat, open a new doc that will be all of yours, and just practice the tools voice typing feature. Okay, I'll see you in like 3 minutes. I'm going to be quiet now. And there we go. And let me share a screen again. Okay. So in addition to being able to type with your voice, by the way, your device does need to have a microphone. If you have a laptop, it will have a built-in mic or a Chromebook or etc. But if you do this on a desktop computer, it may not have a microphone, so that could be a limiting factor. Anyway, not only can you type with your voice, but you can translate something with your voice. And the way you find that is right in Tools, and right above the voice typing is the Translate feature. So let me actually model that for you. And hang on 1 second. Okay, let me show you how to do that. Here is my doc that I typed. This is my practice doc. And I want to translate this whole doc. So I'm going to go to Tools, Translate Document. And it'll ask you to do two things. One is it'll ask you to have a document title. So if this was called My Practice Doc, I might keep that part of the title, and then I might call it, let's see, what language do I want to translate this into? How about Greek, because it's all Greek to me. So let me choose Greek. So now I have a title for my new doc, and I've chosen my language, and I simply click the blue button that says translate. A whole new document will open up, and my whole doc will now be in Greek. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to give you 3 more minutes to, if you were able to create the practice doc, you will now be able to translate it. Even if you were not able to dictate anything else, at least the directions will translate, so you'll be able to see how this tool works. So let me give you 3 more minutes. And again, your task is to translate the doc into any language you want to. You'll have to give the document a name and then translate it. I'll stop talking. I'll give you 3 minutes to practice. And if you are not successful, I can help you after the session. You'll only have to wait for 3 minutes before we move on anyway. Okay, I'll see you in 3 minutes. We're coming back in 1 minute, folks. I'll see you all in 1 minute. Okay, so sorry for those who are watching the recording. You didn't get to see how to throw out a doc, but that's okay. Okay, we're going to take just a minute to reflect. We're sort of finishing up right now. I want you to think about 2 questions. Question 1, what did you learn today that you can use personally? I'll say, for example, I never type my text messages anymore. I just use dictation on my iPhone because I have less and less nimble thumbs as I grow older. And it's just easier for me to talk than to type. So that's something I can use. But what can you use that you saw today? And then the other question is, what did you learn today that you can share with someone else? Either that student you work with that maybe is struggling and has great ideas but can't write them down, so now they can just dictate them, or they're a language learner, so maybe now they can write the story in their language and translate it. I don't know. What is something you learned today that you can share with someone else, whether that's a student or whether that's someone you know? And then I'm going to send you into breakouts to do that. here's what's going to happen. You're going to go into random breakouts. So you're going to end up with 3 other people. And if you are utilizing the ASL translators, please stay here in the main room. And then once I see you together, I will then assign you to a breakout so that I'm not splitting the breakout, so that I'm not splitting the translator and the person who needs the translation. So if you need interpretation, sorry, my bad. If you need ASL interpretation, don't join the breakout, stay here and I will assign you to a breakout. Otherwise, your prompt, which I will put in your chat for you, your prompt is 2 questions. What did you learn today that you can use? And what did you learn today that someone you know can use? Maybe that student who's struggling. All right, I'm going to open up breakouts and you can answer those questions to the people who show up there in the breakout with you. Make sure everyone gets to talk, so if everyone can keep their own response to like a minute. We'll see you soon. Have a good breakout.
Steve, can you please put me on the right breakout room? Thank you.
Okay, so right now the only folks who should be left are ASL interpreters and folks who need the interpretation, right?
I am
How do I
still
go to the
waiting.
breakout room?
Yeah, I don't think I was assigned to a room.
Ah, I see what happened. All right, so let me change this. I see what I did. I should have randomly assigned you. So I'm going to close all rooms right now,
Okay.
and I'm going to recreate them. Sorry about that, folks. I'll close all rooms and recreate them and manually assign them. So at that point, you'll just have to, you'll get a pop-up that will say you've been asked to join room, I don't know, and then you'll do that. Did anyone get that pop-up that said, please join something, or did?
No.
Okay.
No. No.
Okay, very good. I checked the wrong box. Sorry about that. And the breakouts take a minute to close, so I have to sort of wait for everyone to come back before I can try again. Okay, thanks for waiting, folks. I have to recreate the rooms. I'm sorry about that. I forgot to press the button that said that it would assign you to a room automatically. So here goes. I'm going to send you to breakouts, and just click yes when, or when the prompt shows up on the screen that says you've been assigned to a breakout, and we'll see you soon. Again, if you need ASL interpretation, stay in the main room with the interpreters and me. Everyone else, share what you learned today.
I'm not seeing the breakout
Okay,
room on
Lily,
my screen.
not yet. I'll tell you when I press the button. Ready?
Oh, I see. Thank you.
Okay, now you should see a prompt on your screen. Sorry about my breakout skills. Noah, is that okay if I ask you who is
Yeah,
the
yeah, I was
person
just
who I
gonna
need
say,
to
if you,
assign with you? Because a lot of folks are
if you-
still in the main room here.
yeah, if you can assign me to whichever room with Amelia Wong.
Okay, let's see. Amelia, let me find Amelia. There she is. She's in room 1.
Perfect.
So Amelia, if you can join room 1, and then I'm gonna send Noah there. Okay, so Noah, you are assigned to room 1.
I think I was in 4, but I think if I'm in 1 now, I'll try again. Yeah,
Yeah,
there you
I
go.
reassigned you.
One
Sorry
now.
about that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Still
Beautiful.
learning. Okay, we're back. Okay, we're back. 1 second. And thanks, folks. We're going to move to closing. I put in the doc. I just put this in, Melina. There's a link to the Attic the Attic website. You can check out their resources. I believe at least they used to allow people to come and explore their resources. For people to actually sign out tools, it may need to be in the student's IEP actually, but it's a great place. It's out in the avenues near, like, I don't know, like 44th and Santiago, not far from there, or maybe it is 44th. Anyway, not far from there. And then we would love to have your feedback so that I can make this a better session. I want to offer it again, but I want it to be better for you. So there's a link that I'll ask Melina to put in the chat for providing feedback. And thank you. I see that's there. If you ever need help with district tech, since I work for the Department of Technology, remember help.sfusd.edu. There's also the phone number that's there on days when the district office is open. That's on the second to last slide in our slide deck. And if you need to reach me, there is my email address. Maylena is going to put it in the chat as well. So I just want to thank all of you for sticking with us and having productive struggle as you tried new things and learned them. I can't thank our interpreters enough for helping us. Man, you're going to sleep well tonight if you've been busy. Thank you so much to Maylena, who I think was moderating every time she wasn't presenting today. You're amazing. And you've all been a pleasure to help today, to present to. Go forth and be awesome. Have a wonderful Parrot Institute, and we look forward to seeing you in other places around the district. I'll stay for questions for anybody that wants to ask them, but thank you all. Have a great rest of your Parrot Institute.